got locked in the basement. Welcome to the stage, your sensational compere for the evening, Mr. Michael Cook.
Bit of pop scratching just flying all over the mic there. Who's ready for the greatest night of their fucking lives?
Yes!
Let's fucking go. Rich Austin with that powerful warm energy. Good to see you, mate.
You too, mate.
Good to see everybody.
My favourite.
Can we attempt, I'll drop the pretense of the gig because we all know how it goes. It's St John's, we're a Yorkshire Comedy Award nominated night. Let's go. Well, we didn't turn up to the party or anything. To be honest, we had a phone call before the award ceremony and they were like, darlings, you're not going to win. Yeah. We're like, well, we won't be there then. But no, somehow we did shit out an award, and it's a new material night, so, you know, all that bog standard shit. Little bit of me, little bit of them, little break, a little bit more me, a little bit more them, go home. Together.
Yeah.
Let's go. Tom, I haven't seen you in a while, sunshine. I wrote a joke about you, actually, this month, Tom.
I hope it's not hurtful.
No, it's very hurtful.
Are you scaring back to Cheltenham now?
Well, this is probably a reason why Cheltenham is a more attractive place. Because the reason why Tom has not been in Hull so much recently is because if he stands still on a street for long enough, somebody comes and ties an England flag to him. He's 6'5", you can't tell, but he's tall. Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you.
What else have we got this month? No, well, that was it. I wanted to actually attempt to do crowd work. And it's January, isn't it? So this will all apply again next year. Does anyone have any New Year's resolutions?
Drink more water.
That's a good one. Hydration is very important, especially for plants. Yeah, that's why we don't do crowd work.
I have got a new mantra. Like,
What's his name?
I'm trying not to get stressed out with shit that goes on at work, and I'm just saying to myself, I'm getting paid and I'm getting on with it. And I'm going to do that.
Nice. Getting paid and I'm getting on with it.
Yeah.
See, in my life, that's just, I'm getting on with it. Get paid in fucking ribbons. Speaking of Germans, ribbons was it anyway. Nobody wants to know about that. Ugh. Steven Spielberg films. Anyway. Before Christmas, I had my mate Jan stay over. My German mate Jan from my many stories. It was lovely, showing him around Hull. I got to take him to a gig at the Union Mashup. Bombed. It's great bombing him like, in front of a friend who's like hyped him up for 3 years. Like, you're gonna get to see me do comedy, mate. Come on. And then I went out there and just did it all to him at the back of the room. Just like, just for you, Jan, everything. And the whole room was basically very old and very, why are you friends with Germans? And I want to say that Germans have great sense of humour. I said to Jan, they tell me I'm one of the fastest growing comedians in Yorkshire, which is true. I was only 5'3" when I started. And then Jan said, so did you start comedy when you were a child? Jan's a very literal person. When we were in Australia, we went to a restaurant together and there was kangaroo on the menu. I said, Jan, kangaroo, wonder what that's like. And he said, it is like a 7-foot rabbit maker. Very literal man, you see. We got a few Jans in here tonight. No, but I promised I would talk about football when I came up here, didn't I? And it's true, because I don't want to show off, but I do play five-a-side. Yeah, let's go. And normally when I play five-a-side, I go straight fucking home, have a shower, and then I see myself in the mirror. And to be honest, most of the time I think, you're doing all right, Mike. But then last year I had to do a gig after football, so I just got changed in the changing rooms. And I saw myself in a giant mirror, and I realised I've started aging like milk. like in dog years. You know, like on the Star Trek original cast, and then when they went to the films, they were just like, what happened there? You aged like 30 years in 6 years. That's what's happening to me. Honestly, I looked in the mirror and I just thought, I look like fucking George Harrison if he chose crack instead of weed. So now I have to go to the doctors to find out why my thoughts are in Scouse. I'll probably have to go private, James, won't I? Let's be real. But no, I think the lads on my five-a-side football team, they think they support me. Since they found out I started doing comedy, they've all started calling me Michael Methintyre. Cheers, Jim. There's another bit to that. Oh well. Oh, well, which brings me back to Australia, because I wanted to add this about football. So when I was in Oz, we played five-a-side there, and we had an excellent Australian coach who said to me such immortal things as like, "Fucking hell, mate, you're deceptively slow." Which apparently I look like I'm going to be really fast. I'm not. And he was like, "Mate, it looks like you're running uphill," which I really liked. That stuck with me, that. But no, because I am a complete prick when I'm on the football team, on the football pitch. I like go around like saying to people like, "You got a touch of a rapist. That's a bad touch." Or like, "I read you like a book, a fucking children's book." And that's to my own team. And it reached a head just before Christmas, because some new lad came and played. And for the entire first half, this cunt wouldn't pass the ball. It was really annoying me. I was like, he's new, I don't want to say anything, but the rest of the team knew that I was getting wound up. And at half time I was like, "Bro, if you can just fucking open your eyes and just pass the ball, that'd be wonderful." Left it at that. As the game's about to start, his mate comes over and goes, "Yeah, he's legally blind in one eye." So there's the type of things I think of before bed. Trying to be a better person, that's my New Year's resolution. Stop being a prick on the football pitch, Michael. Yeah, that's my football material. Hey! Yeah, me to my team, that'll do. Oh, one last quick impression to let... we love an impression, don't we, over here? Here's one for you. Oh, ha, ha. Oh, ha, ha. It's Mickey Mouse burning his tongue. Come on.
Sounds like Michael Caine in a hot bath.
No, that'll be, "Oh, bloody. Oh, bloody." But yeah, that'll fucking do. I think we've got enough energy from you lovely people. If there's not, we will be making notes. And you'll never be back to this. We normally do really well. It's January. We talked about maybe not doing it in January because, dry January, those pussies. I did 10 days of dry January. Let's go. 10 days. Too long for me. But yes, you ready for your first act of the evening? If you're ready for your first act of the evening, give me an OI. Let's go. Then we're going to give it a big St. John's warm welcome by stamping our feet. Clap our hands, go wild and crazy for Mr. Ramblin Sam.
So this thing's been set up for Frodo Baggins. Evening. Ramblin Sam and I play songs. Yeah, so on my way over here, bumped into someone I know, and he decided to tear a strip off me. He said, "The problem with you, Sam, is I don't put people into boxes. I refuse." I went, "That's why you lost your job as a funeral director, you prick." Yeah, he was all over the news, you probably saw it. There we go. I'm waiting for the day where I make that joke and so on. "That was my fucking nan!" Anyway, so yeah, I said to him, like, why don't you try a different job? Like, you've transferable skills in the same industry. You could be a grave digger, like, a lot of perks, fresh air, meet new people, free flowers. But yeah, so I was like, you could just try something completely out of left field. Like, why don't you be a window cleaner? It's a respectable position. Like, I had a friend who was a window cleaner. He's dead now. His death hit me pretty hard. My therapist said to me, "Sam, you need to let go." I said, "Well, if I hadn't already done that, he'd still be alive." Yeah, so I needed a bit of closure. I wanted to try and contact his spirit in the other world. I used a squeegee board. There's no real end into that bit. So, how are we doing? Are we happy? Yeah! Because I think that's quite an important question to ask, because, like, these days in society, we tend to talk about mental health a lot, and life's fucking shit! Ah! So, yeah, I've been in a bit of a slump. A friend of mine came around to talk to me about it. She was like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? Take your head out of there. You didn't pay the bill, they turned your gas off. Like, why don't you give back to the community? It's nice to be nice." I was like, "Okay, what do you suggest I do?" She said, "Why don't you donate blood?" I said, "All right, great idea. Then they told me it had to be mine. Alright, I have all the respect in the world for the NHS, but they don't appreciate how hard it is to get blood in a bin bag. Some people think I'm made of stray cats. So there's a lot of things you can do to try and find happiness. Like, you can try mindfulness. I don't personally know what that is, but apparently it's where middle class people spend 15 quid on colouring books. Yoga, apparently. Or alternatively, you can join a cult, which is what this first song's about. We see you, lost and lonely reader. Have you heard the word of our wise and gracious leader? Signed over all my material wealth for eternal love and health. I went along, sang the indoctrination song. No more dissents, across the difference. Life got difficult, so I joined a cult. Hopped on a jumbo jet, flew halfway around the world to marry someone I'd never met. As soon as we both said I do, they said, just so you know, she's the leader's wife now too. The cynics say we're just a clever ruse. We say we don't care cause now we have Tom Cruise. I've gotta go. It's gone. To prove I'm truly part, I've got to eat a human heart. Life got difficult, so I joined a cult. Let's show you the perfect way. No drink or drugs or celebrating your birthday. We'll show you how good life can be. Like Charlie Manson said, we're a family. Anything is possible if you just believe. You love it so much you will never leave. Come shave your head, worship the dead. Move your ass, come help make some sarin gas. I gave them all my money. The Kool-Aid tastes funny. Got difficult, so I joined a cult. Funny thing about cults is, like, the reason they succeed is, like, people look at them and go, they'd never get me. And, you know, it's a very complacent attitude. They've always got something to draw you in, and all I'm saying is, I've got stickers. Official stickers, see me in the interval. So, but ultimately I think we're all in that kind of cult of being like in this consumer culture of go to work, earn the money, spend the money, repeat until you're dead. So there's only so much that the average person can do to fight back. So this is for those of you that want to raise some hell! Hey! But not too much hell because your neighbours will call the police. You're probably thinking, fuck the police. But they did help your neighbour find a missing cat. It was in the bins behind the blood bank. So tired of the rat race. Too many people are up in my face. They're just simple-minded fools. I ain't gonna live by their rules. The status quo just can't last. The revolution's coming, but it ain't coming fast. Society, I declare war on my first world. wearing sandals with socks. Society, I declare war, I'm a first beheld outlaw. Things I do, they only get worse. I made a cup of tea with the milk in first. Won't take no more, I'm a first beheld outlaw. Society, I declare war, I'm a first beheld outlaw. Won't take no more, I'm a gosh darn mother flippin' first world outlaw. Yeah, so moving on from the world of first world outlaws into outlaw country. Well, yeah, it's good to be back here. Like, you know, things have been going pretty well gig-wise. Recently played my first gig outside of Hull, Gottingham. Yeah, I was walking down Whitefrigate the other day, well, not Ferrens Way the other day, and a bloke in a van says to me, "Hey mate, how'd you get to Cottingham from here?" I went, "Practice." He didn't appreciate it. He should have known the way. He was the one driving the fucking ambulance. But yeah, so outlaw country, like, I think, because logically the progression for any professional musician goes Hull, Cottingham, and then straight to Nashville, fast track it. So I looked into outlaw country music, and there seems to be a common theme of people who don't seem to realise that murder's got quite serious ramifications. A lot of red tape if you kill somebody, that's probably why I've never bothered. So if there's any country music producers in, this is probably a song that'll get me banned from the Grand Ole Opry. Fell for your eyes and their bewitching stare, lips and your smile and your auburn hair. They said that we made a perfect pair. Now I am in the electric chair. I was your guy and you were my chick. You told me about your stepbrother Rick. He was annoying, kind of a dick. So I went and I smashed his head in with a brick. But I still think of you, Mary Sue. All the loving things that we used to do. The state electrician, well, say roll on to. This place will smell like a burnt barbecue. I repeatedly drove that brick into his head. Then I shot him 10 times to make sure he was dead. The sheriff arrived, looked at me and he said, "Would you like to explain why you're covered in red?" Said I didn't know. The sheriff called me a liar. That's when I panicked and set him on fire. I realized that decision was dire. Might as well have built myself a funeral pyre. But I still think of you, Mary Sue. All the loving things that we used to do. The state electrician, well, say roll on to. This place will smell like a burnt barbecue. Electricity will make my bones tingle. The straps will tighten and the buckles will jingle. You'd best get out there, ready to mingle. I'm gonna be dead, so you'll be newly single. No warning. I won't make a final statement, except I love you, Mary Sue. I've not always done good, but what I done did, I just did it for you. There's a wet sponge on my head. Good thing it's wet. I saw the Green Mile. A black bag too. Feel like a budgie in a cage. Oh, here we go. I still think very soon all the loving things that we used to do. State electrician will say roll on to this place will smell like a burnt barbecue. That's all for me. Thank you.
Ramblin Sam, everybody. Very good. Enjoyed that. It also reminded me of this little impression. She meant nothing to me. Ha ha. That's Mickey Mouse when he got caught on the Epstein list. I want to do a joke about his government name there or something like that, or I was just drawn that way. Yeah. You know what I mean? I thought you were doing one more song, so I was just like, I've got enough time to finish these pork scratchings. Yeah, no fucking don't. But yes, can the whole room give a please? Give a please? Fucking hell. I can't even say about Worms crockery. 2 Ronnies. But we have an audience member. Hello, Rob. My former housemate Rob, I brought an audience member, which has set off a dog. Rob, you are so sexy, bro, that dog just went in heat. Maybe that, get out there, lad. Anyway, that's rough. Sorry. Anyway, Hull's third best comedian brought one audience.
Yeah.
2 audience and your first best comedian. But yes, we're here to keep the energy in the room going.
Yeah.
Ready for your next act? Give me an OI.
Oi.
And start stamping them feet. Clap the hands and go wild and crazy for Rachel Dale!
Yeah. Hang on a minute, right. Oh, God. Hiya, everybody. Yeah. I'm Rachel, and I'm going to do a little character for you tonight, just a little one that I'm trying out. Has anybody ever been on a delayed? It's all right. I'm gonna get rid of this microphone in a minute, which is why I'm not faffing with it now. Anybody ever been on a delayed train before? No. Okay, so you might relate, and I might be serenaded by a dog. But I was also inspired by being on a late train, but also by a lady who everything was just disgusting. Okay? You know, when you're just that fucked off, everything's disgusting. So I'm going to put my little thing on, which makes me feel more like the lady. Right, here we go. Let's get rid of that. Oh, and inadvertent. No, I thought the dog had buckled off and on. Right, okay, here we go. Let's give this a go. Right. Excuse me. I'd like to make a complaint, please. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. If we'd known our train was going to be delayed, we wouldn't have got on. Well, we missed our reservation now. Our intimate massage and afternoon tea was booked for 5 hours ago, and still we haven't arrived yet. It's disgusting. We're further away now than we were when we started. We've had to sail past our stop due to unforeseen circumstances. Endure a 2-hour diversion through Lincolnshire before getting kicked off with no assistance in Hull. Oh, God. My friend Bernadette isn't up to carting her own matching luggage set. She's got weak hands and missing vertebra. And now she's scuffed the monogram off her Globetrotters. Penalised for privilege, it's disgusting. Yes, you know. And then we're told, oh no, sorry, please re-embark. We're going back the way we came for a bit. Oh, but then we'll change our minds again and just yo-yo around the country for the day. So we're stuck on a hopeless train, supposedly still taking us to our life-changing appointment that now no longer it exists. It's dissy jeffing gusting. Your ass doesn't know what your elbow's doing around here. Bernadette and I arranged Our Lady's Pleasure Day 2 years ago. That's how far ahead you have to book for Jackie's Tea Rooms, Butchery and Spa. Will we get our money back? Will we, hecky hoo-ha? It's dissy blooming bloody gusting. I mean, what's all this, eh? First class? First class? First class? My ass. The sandwiches are stale, the champagne's flat, and the orange juice from concentrate. Oh, it's the only thing round here that can concentrate. That trolley lady certainly can't. Oh, chatting away, wanting to be everybody's best friend when we're trying to read our broadsheet. Or like my narcoleptic friend over there, having a snooze. It's dizzy flipping gusting. And that mumbling announcer, oh, needs elocution lessons. Oh, she'd do well to remember we're in coach H, not H. The coffee machine does not copulate. And it's gentle, not genital. It's dizzy jocking gusting. And now, Mrs. Mumbles just told us we're joining a rail replacement service, which turns out isn't a chauffeur-driven limousine or even a taxi cab, but a bloody fucking bus! A bus! I haven't been on a bus since Montenegro 1957, and I won't be doing it again. This is frigging lootly, dissy, missy, pissy, sissy, fuck my lifey, trouble and strifing. Write my diary, I'm about to expire it. Totally sodding, gusting. Thank you. That's it. You are tall person. Have your massive mic back.
Thank you very much. She called me Massive Mike. Write that down. That's going on the CV. How big is it really? Twice the distance from the middle to the end. I love using that joke, and nobody ever loves it too. Anyway, we've still got energy, haven't we, Rich?
Yes.
With all the enthusiasm of geography teacher. Oui, papa. Nicole. Anyway, do you speak French, James?
Oui, un peu.
That sounds like an onomatopoeic sound. That's not how no. Do well. See, when people do well, I read a book about MCing, didn't I? You all remember the book? That when people do well, as an MC, you've got to come up and be like, right, take the sting out of the room, remind everyone how hard and shit it can be. So that then the next talented person come on, have a great time. Well, we got 2 audiences now, the fucking comedians, bollocks. We're up to 3 actual audience, 4 audience. I didn't see you there sneaking in. But yeah, that I reckon I've sufficiently bombed the room enough for the next talented person to lift it. Good. That's my theory and we're sticking with it. But yeah, you ready for your next act?
Yeah.
Oh, why? If you're ready for your next act, give me an OI.
Why?
Then start stamping the feet. Stamping the man. Just go wild and crazy for James Marsters.
Hi everybody, my name's James. I'm very happy to be here. You probably can't tell. Because I suffer from a condition that I call resting underwhelmed voice. You'll have heard of resting bitch face, I assume. Just have a watch. This is resting underwhelmed voice, or RUWV. It's wicked say in full. What it means is that people give me good news, like, I've got a new job! And I go, oh wow, yeah, well done. And they're like, well, don't sound too happy about it. And I say, I'm sorry, that's my voice, that's how I sound, I can't help it. The problem is, then if you were to show me a picture of a guinea pig or something, I'd be like, this is the picture of the guinea pig, not even the guinea pig. that's when people don't believe that I've got a resting underwhelmed voice. I got some new boots recently, I don't know if you can see. Thank you, I appreciate the woos, yeah, that's good. And they've changed my life, right? So normally I just wear the same pair of white Converse over and over again until they wear out, and then I buy the same ones again and the whole cycle starts all over. But these have changed my life, they've changed the way that I walk, right? And I'm walking like slower and more confident. Basically I'm walking like a Tory, is what's happening. Like I'm walking like I own half the East Riding, do you know what I mean? It's amazing. I feel like that I could just privatise like air, do you know what I mean? And I feel like I could just fiddle my taxes and no one would notice. It's amazing. Just to provide balance, I am actually a paid up member of the Green Party.
Yes.
Thank you. And also I am a vegan, so these are even leather. So basically what I'm saying is Tory in the streets, Green Party in the lasagna sheets. I'm going to do some new stuff, if that's alright with everyone. I mean, even if it's not alright, we're doing it, so... I've got 7 minutes about my next door neighbour, so strap in. Does anyone else have an annoying neighbour? Yeah. Does anyone else have any neighbours who are not like the worst, just mildly inconvenient, but they provide you material for stand-up? Yeah, that's what I've got. So I've got a next door neighbour who is a bit of an eccentric old man, right? And I do have to be careful when I tell this around here because I live in Beverley, and until recently this guy was quite high up in the East Riding Council. So I'm worried that someone's going to know him or recognise him from the description, but we'll see. I'm going to call him Barry, not his real name. So Barry's the type of guy who could have been an officer in the army. Like, he's got a loud voice, no volume control, spends a lot of time booming down the phone to his daughter, being very patronising. That type of guy. Thinks anything is possible, it's just all about the mindset, because he's never had to struggle financially. That type of guy. He's the type of guy that would say, "You won't catch me with my trousers down!" That type of guy. Anyway, as much as he does stuff with all the confidence of an upper-class baby boomer, which is double the confidence in it, do you know what I mean? He is in actual fact not that capable. A very simple example is that every time he gets in or out of his car alarm goes off. I don't even know how that's possible. Like, anyway. Also, he shortly after we moved in, we were painting the dining room at the back of the house, and we had the patio doors open to let the fumes out, and he was in his garden with some loppers trying to trim his tree, and I'm painting, and the next time I look out, he's set fire to his tree. And the last time I saw him, he had loppers in his hand, and now the tree's on fire. I just walked very slowly to the patio doors and closed them. I thought, I'm not even dealing with this situation. Until recently, his house was literally falling down. He had like rotten window panes, leaking gutters, falling roof slates, that kind of thing. And he recently retired and used his payout to pay a cowboy builder to renovate his dilapidated house and piss in his garden. However he wants to spend his money, it's his money, not mine. He also plays his music and his radio really loud. We assume he's deaf. And it's during the day, so it's not usually a huge issue, right? And it's usually classical music or the Archers. But sometimes it's ABBA. You just never know. But very occasionally, he does this late at night. And a few weeks ago, it was 11 p.m. and, excuse me, the opening chords of Dancing Queen strike up. And it's very loud. And I'm up for work at 6, so like, I was desperately trying to nod off. And I'm hoping he's going to turn it off soon. But then comes Mamma Mia, and then SOS, and then for some reason, Johnny Cash's Ring of Fire. And I've had enough of this at this point, so I'm like, I'm thinking, right, I need to go around and have a word. So I put some layers on, and I march around. And before he had his house done up, his front door didn't fit the hole. So sometimes he would leave it open, and so much so that one day we had a knock on the door from a police officer who said that someone's like made a complaint that it's a safeguarding issue, and that is this guy okay because his door's always open? And I had to say, I think he's fine, he's just a bit eccentric, but we're not quite sure. So anyway, at this point, I'd gone round, and now he's had his house done up, the door does fit. But even so, you can still hear this music in the street as loud as if I was in there. And so I bang on the door, no answer. I bang again, there's still no answer. And I bang one more time, and then I realise it's completely pointless because I'm being drowned out by Eddie Floyd's Knock on Wood. So I march off back to bed, and by this point, miraculously, it stopped, and I eventually drift off, infuriated and vengeful. Anyway, a couple of days later, I'm working from home, and Barry's got some classical music on. Not as loud as the other night, it's manageable. I can't hear it if I put my music on, but in between tracks I can, do you know what I mean? And at lunchtime I decide I'm going to the gym. So I think, as I'm going past, I'll knock on his door and just have it out with him. So I knock on the door, and he answers with a, "Hello there!" And I say, "Barry, we need to talk about your music again." "Oh no, what have I done this time?" And I said, "I was banging on your door at midnight the other night, and you couldn't hear me because it was so loud." And he said, "Well, yes, I was drunk." Yeah, I'll be it. That's the one. To be fair, he wasn't anybody apologetic. He was like, it's not on that people can't feel safe in their own home type of thing. So he asked if they could come round and see how loud it is in our house. And I thought, what is the point? You are deaf. But I said, "Oh, I'm just off to the gym, it's not a good time." He said, "Well, why don't you come in and see how loud it is in here?" I said, okay, fine. So I go into his house, and into his newly renovated home, and I had to step around some DIY equipment on the whole floor. And I go into the back room, and it is surprisingly minimalist. There's just a sofa and a record player on the floor, like an old-fashioned one. And then clothes, shoes, random shit all over the floor. And he says, "How loud is this?" And he lays down on the floor to have a look at the record player, and he says, "This is on 4. Is this too loud?" And I said, "Well, I couldn't hear this next door, but I could hear your music earlier." I said, "Did you have it on louder earlier?" And he said, well, no, that was Sibelius' Fifth Symphony." I said, "Oh, didn't realise he was here playing it." I said, I think the point he was making was that, like, a symphony would naturally sound louder than the chamber music that he's playing now. But he has this amazing knack of just, like, explaining things without explaining them. So he said he'll turn it down to 4 and then see how it goes. And to be honest, we haven't heard him since, right? So either he's stuck to his word or he's died. And so next time I'm here, I will let you know which comes first, the smell of a rotting corpse or gimme a man after midnight. I think that's all the time I've got, so thank you very much.
Give it up for James, everybody! I do think it's funny to juxtapose your neighbour with, like, my neighbour, because I legitimately hurt my back a few times last year. Got one of those massage guns, and she was a lady that was very much like, I don't know, fagash in a dressing gown. And she saw me using it, and then went, "Oh, you've got one of those Black & Decker pussy wreckers." So I reckon she's got a clitoris with an elbow in it. Well, yeah, we've got one more act before we're going to have a break. So if you're ready for another act, give me an OI.
Alright.
I'm going to start stamping them feet, clapping them hands, go wild and crazy for Mr. Lucas Whiting.
That's my official intro.
Oh, right. He joked. Oh. I've never done this before. I can't even read. No. He jokes a lot and he's smoking hot. He's close to perfection but sometimes struggles to get an erection. He's slender but tender. He's wiry but fiery. You love to know him, you hate to hate him. Ladies and gentlemen, give a raucous applause for a man who was once described as funnier when he's not talking. He's another straight white man with a microphone, Lucas Whiting!
That wasn't what I wrote at all, but thank you anyway. struggles to get an erection. Fun of you, aren't you? All my jokes are on my phone because I'm the youngest one here. So be prepared for a lot of looking down. Talk to you all, don't worry. What does a penguin take to get stronger? Polaroids. How do handymen fly? They soar. Come in. That's a bit of improv for you. What do you call a fashionable bird? I'm talking about like actual bird, not like a feathered friend. What do you call a fashionable feathered friend? A chic hen. Yes. I had a job interview at an optician's yesterday. I've always wanted to make a spectacle of myself. That's not even a joke. I did actually have an interview at Specsavers for an apprenticeship yesterday because I'm quite desperate for money, hence this. All I get is a free drink. Which I'm very appreciative of, don't worry, I'd like to come back at some point.
Sorry, I didn't even get that.
Yeah, neither do I in all fairness. I've got some comedy poetry if people want to hear it as well.
Yeah. Surely a comedy poetry, give me an OI.
Why?
No way. Let me just get down to it. I've got quite a few, so I wrote this one when I was trying to sleep in the summer, and there was a bug flying around. And it started off being like, oh, you know what, it's just a bug flying around, and 5 seconds later you get really annoyed, you jump out of your bed, so you get a newspaper and you're just like swatting around in your boxers. One, two, 3, 4. Incognito mosquito, where did thou'st go? Patterned buzzing or some sort of sound. Incognito mosquito, where art thou now? The buzzing has stopped. Where be ye found? Incognito mosquito, thou art on the move once more. Buzzing by window, by wall, now by door. Incognito mosquito, did you flieth by? Flieth on by my head, likeness to the sound of distant moped. Bloody autocorrect, am I right, guys? Verse number 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Incognito mosquito, I'm getting quite tired of you now. Where did that little shit go? I'm bringing it down. Incognito mosquito, I'm picking up a copy of The Guardian from 1984, which I paid £12 for some reason, because I'm an idiot who used to collect old newspapers, not in real life, but in this poem. Now I'm out to get you, incognito mosquito, stoic on my I've got to start again now. Don't worry, I won't. Incognito mosquito, stoic on my wall, my newspaper's rolled up and my mum's on the call. Incognito mosquito, not this time, but maybe the next. I'll keep my eyes out for you, you little pest. Yes. I was waiting for that, but we could do some jokes now. I lost my mood ring the other day and I'm not quite sure how to feel about it. I got some sympathy there, so I appreciate that. My school essays were like a bacon sandwich from a bad bakery because they were always missing sauces. The laughing was done there, but thank you for that little what did the nurse say to the patient that killed the doctor's wife? The doctor will sue you now. Because it sounds like see. The doctor will see you now, the doctor will sue you now. Catching I was doing a bit of research the other day, and it turns out my forefather's main language was French. My mum's been married quite a few times. Yes. I've got all my comedy in green, so, you know, remember the colours. So, yeah. Purple isn't comedy, give me a second. I got into a conversation with a cow that was quite stuck in its ways and wanted to be made into a leather jacket when it died. I did try my best, but I couldn't convince it to be suede. That's a recent one. So thank you for that. We'll go for another poem now. I think we're all ready for it. We're all prepared. Yeah. So I brought the dog back from the walk the other day and I gave it a treat. And the dog got really excited about treats. So I was thinking, what's the human equivalent to that? Because I can't remember the last time I got excited about anything. So we'll just go for this. I wonder what the human equivalent to a dog treat is. I can hazard a guess or make it a list. Is it something really nice to eat? Is it finding a new signature beat? Is it like the sea around your feet? Is it like posting a viral tweet? Is it like changing your bed into a clean sheet? Is it like a really comfy seat? Is it like turning up the heat? Is it like being able to eat wheat? Is it like hearing a goat's bleat? Is it like Marge Simpson calling potatoes neat? Is it like eating 10% fat meat? Is it like looking out the window and not seeing the sleet? Is it like finding a funny name for a street? Yeah, I just realised there's not much comedy in that. hey, you know, you don't know until you try. And that's exactly what I'm doing, trying. Barcelona just scored. Thank you. 3-2 against Real Madrid. Good thing I don't gamble anymore, otherwise I'd be... I've got a comedy poem about writing poetry of a modern age. If people want to hear that, say EI, what is it, EIO?
OI.
OI, say an OI.
OI.
Didn't expect that many people. Sorry, just get a bit It was in the sale at Tesco, so it's fine. It's sort of in the style of a rap, so you know, we'll see how this goes. Well, my comedy is so topical. All the fish that I've lost were topical. And when I'm sealing applesauce, I drop it all because I was trying to write comedy that's topical. Good start. Well, my comedy is so up to date. I was supposed to watch my neighbour's dog, but now it's far too late. I couldn't look up the meaning for dissipate because I was trying to write comedy that was up to date. But my comedy, it's so fresh and new, I got lost on my way to the venue. I don't even ask what's on the menu because I'm trying to write comedy that's fresh and new. Well, my comedy's so of its time, and now it's time for me to mime. Mine is done. It tastes like sour lime because I was trying to write comedy that was of its time. Well, my comedy is so cool and rad. The end of this poem is really sad because I realised I'll never be a dad because I was trying to write comedy that's cool and rad. And that's the end of that one. I'll end with two more jokes about obscure things. Anyone know who Huey Lewis is? Yeah. Oh, nice. That's 100%. That's like so many more than last time. What did Huey Lewis say when his anti-anxiety pills didn't work? I need a new drug. And anyone know who Ann Wilson is, the lead singer of Heart? This one's for you. I don't need my phone. I can remember this one. It's only a few words. What did Ann Wilson say on her first day working at the bank? How do I get you a loan? Thank you very much, you've been brilliant.
Give it up for Lucas, everybody! Right, we're going to have a nice little 10-minute break, and then when we come back, we've got something revolutionary, something we've never done before. With these two fine young gentlemen standing at the back. What's happened here? You've come from hospital. What's happened? You all right?
Hey.
Sneaking in here like a bad fucking smell. Not even laughing. In here you laugh once, laugh. Bloody laugh. Anyway, no. Thank you. Give it up for everyone you saw in the first half. You saw Ramblin Sam. You saw Marsters, Dale and Lucas. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Hit the music.